Yup, you read that headline correctly. I quit my 9 to 5 yesterday, officially, and I can tell you guys what I was doing in that 9 to 5 and what the 9 to 5 was. What I will promise you is I'm not going to badmouth the 9 to 5 because I know there's a ton of people who work at the company, and at the end of the day, I respect it. I just know where my purpose is going to flourish. Number two, I'm going to tell you guys the plan that we have moving forward. And it's exciting. And I'm not going to lie, I feel so free. But it's not a lazy type of free like you normally watch YouTube videos and see people saying, well, there's no way I can work these long hours or whatever. Like, I have an extreme work ethic. So let me go and start explaining from point one. About 3 months ago, I fell into scarcity with my online business, meaning I'm on Instagram. I built an audience of over 33,000 people. I started that account back in December 2023. And so I had been running this business of selling digital products and teaching people how to make money online from Instagram ever since December 2023. That business did great. It made me like 3K the first month. And then by month 3, it made me like 6K. My problem was I was spending way too much money and I didn't have good money management. Not only that, but I got a little bit lazy with posting content. I stopped thinking of creative ways to capture attention, and I just wasn't expanding the business. I tried different business models. I tried doing all the work for my customers and clients who actually wanted to make money online with their own knowledge with digital products. I tried having people who were making sales in my company to get on phone calls or sell them in the DMs so the company could make money online, but so could the clients. And the problem with this was I did too many things at one time and I couldn't get clarity on what I needed as a vision, as a business owner, moving the business forward. And so I fell in a loop of second guessing myself. I fell in a loop of wondering if it was going to work or not. And the finances for the business just wasn't there. And so I fell into extreme scarcity. I didn't want to go back to door dashing, and I was having my family, encourage me to go and get a 9 to 5, and you know how it goes. So I fell into scarcity and I told myself, okay, I need a job that's going to help me have a solid income. And so I reached out to a family member and he hooked me up with the job. It was at UPS. And so we're packing these packages in the back of the trucks that drive around your neighborhood and drop off the packages. Well, here's the thing. I had no problem with working the job. Actually, in the beginning, I can't lie, I had a problem. I had a big ego problem. I was like, yo, I'm not going to work for nobody else. You get what I'm saying? Like, I haven't worked a 9 to 5 in 3 years. There's no way I can find the capacity to work for someone else. Well, that scarcity and that fear took over that ego, and I told myself I needed a solid income. So I decided to suck it up and tell myself I'm going to try to save as much money as possible by working my ass off at this job and getting into business once again. I just didn't want to be worried about bills. So I took the job. The shift was from 4 a.m. to 9 a.m. So very early shift. Again, I have no problem with it. I did have a problem with waking up early in the morning because my body clock wasn't on that type of time. I'm used to working like 15-hour shifts for my business, which isn't really healthy, but it's sometimes needed in a season where you need to grow, and especially if you're doing it solo. But nevertheless, I was working that job for about 2.5 months. I enjoyed the part of the job where I could have my headphones in my ear while I'm working, because it was a job to where it wasn't even needed for you to really use your ears. All you had to do was look at colors and look at numbers and know where to put the location. So imagine you working in a library and you just look at the books and you see a sticker up there and you're like, oh, this book goes on shelf 3. Boom. And you would just place all the packages on the trucks like that. Well, I didn't have a problem with working the 4 to 9 a.m. because I was honestly listening to audiobooks. I was honestly listening to selling material. I was listening to so many business concept books to educate myself as I'm doing this job, because this job isn't a skill to where I can transfer it somewhere else. And that's what I wanted to explain before I tell you guys why I left. I left because, number one, it wasn't paying enough. And I know there's going to be some people who watch this. It's like, well, bro, that just means your expenses are too high. And that's very true. That's very true. Okay, when we're working a 9 to 5 and it pays you money, if it pays you money, right, you have to look at your expenses. What is it? What do you need to make in order for you to maintain a lifestyle that you need to live, not want to live, but need to live? Well, right now my expenses are about maybe $1,400-1,500 a month. I try to keep my expenses super low. That's with student loans. That's with paying half the rent because I do live with my girl, and we're doing that right now. Just until I have a sustainable income where I'm able to take care of the full rent. And so with that being said, UPS just wasn't paying enough. And even though I was educating myself during the job, I know where I came from. Like y'all, like if you watch my previous videos, you'll know that I used to be an online fitness coach. You'll know that I used to sell high ticket programs. I got out the fitness industry. Let's just say that. But I used to sell packages of $2,000, of $3,000 right from my phone. Never met a personal training client in person, but they would pay me thousands of dollars over the phone because I learned how to communicate and how to leverage value and how to make sure that people felt good about what they were getting from me. And so I used to see a lot of money at one time come in on a single day. That's where it hit me. I was working last week or the past 2 weeks, and I kept asking myself, I'm like, what skill am I going to leverage from this job? I mean, I know I'm educating myself, but let's be real. If I'm just on YouTube and I'm getting YouTube Premium and I'm buying audiobooks and I'm thinking to myself, man, I'm educating myself during this job, so it's gonna pay off. Well, guess what? It isn't, Jay. I had to tell myself it isn't. Why? Because listening isn't implementation. Listening isn't you moving forward with action. Listening is you soaking in information and wisdom. And the problem with that is once you get so much information, you need to go ahead and implement. This is why people don't finish courses or don't have success with mentorships, because they think they need to know everything before they move forward. You think that you need to make a YouTube before you make a YouTube channel, you need to have all the fancy gear. I've been there before, and I had to ask myself that question. I know I can communicate and sell. I know, like, I've worked on this for years. Okay, even if you haven't worked on it for years, if you just learn the right information at the right time and implement it, you will get better over time. But I know I can make, $1,200 in one day online without having to work 40 hours. Okay, and so with that being said, I took the leap of faith again, because I told y'all somewhere in this video, I was like, I hadn't worked a 9 to 5 in 3 years. And that's because I was making money online, all from Instagram, no paid ads at all. And so with that being said, guys, I had to be real with myself, and I started feeling the fear of losing security. I started to back out of it. I started to tell myself, man, what if it doesn't work this time? What if we're letting go of this job and we have to come back? You should give them a 2 weeks notice to think this through, pray on it. And I did. And so that same week, which was last week, what ended up happening was after I had got off, I believe it was Thursday, I went immediately to a job that said they were going to hire me. It was a solar door-to-door job where I'm communicating to people, setting appointments for a solar company, and I'll get paid a commission of each sale. Well, I thought about it and I was like, what if I go all in on this? All in as in like take this serious and leave my 9 to 5 and do this for a job. Do this for my income. And I'm like, you know what? We're just going to do it, right? I thought I could juggle the 9 to 5 and doing the solar at the same time. And so I went yesterday to one of the trainings where they actually gave us a script to memorize. I still got to memorize a huge chunk of it, but they gave us a script to memorize. And as I'm at the job, we're all talking casually at a certain point. And I tell them that I was working 4 to 9 a.m. and I wasn't going to be able to make some meetings. And they were like, just being around the right people, they'll tell you the right things you need to know. Because there's people in there that were making, it was their first 6 months doing solar. And they're like, yo, like I started 6 months ago and I already made like 100K. I'm like, what? Just from talking to people? And so as I told them I was working at UPS and I'm going to give them my 2 weeks notice, and I already did give them my 2 weeks notice, they were like, bro, you just need to leave. Like, you need to be committed. And I'm like, you know what? After they explained something on the whiteboard, I was like, yo, all right, I'm going to do it. And they were like, do it now. Like, go outside this office and call them now and come back. And I did. And my heart was just like, dang, Here we go. We're going through this again. Am I losing security? Y'all, your security is in the Most High. Your security is in your work ethic. Your security is on you showing up on time. Your security is your dedication to your hustle. Your security is not being distracted by this thing. Okay, I got this TV when I was 16 years old. I ain't had a new TV since. I'm 26 years old. That TV is 10 years old. I'm not getting a new TV anytime soon because that thing is distracting. I told y'all in the other video, I told y'all, let me take my shoes off. I don't walk on the carpet with my shoes. All right, I told y'all my PS5 is right here with no cords. It's still here in my room. I haven't played it in like probably maybe 3 months, 4 months. I'm serious about my goals, y'all. I'm putting my shoes back on real quick. Welcome to the vlog where we do no cuts. This is like this is the real deal of me being authentic with you all. All right, yo, I was about to lose my balance. But anyways, y'all, I took that leap of faith again, and I'm not scared. Yesterday when I showed up, being around the right people, hearing the right voices, because I literally prayed for that too. Like I literally prayed. I've been praying for the past week. I'm like, Lord, remove the wrong people around me, put the right people around me. Put the right people into my life. And sometimes you need to take that leap of faith for the right people to be around you. Like God may not just have people pop up out the blue and spawn like it's some type of video game around you. Sometimes you need to take that. Look. Sometimes you need to take that step forward. All jokes aside, take the step forward because you're not always gonna have something planned out. But you know what I do? You know what I do believe in? I do trust. I trust in God's plan. I trust that if I move forward and have faith and have work and I don't love sleep and I don't like being distracted and I have discipline, I'm going to get where I need to be. And so I'm bringing y'all along the journey. I'm making this vlog to encourage you, not to just up and leave your 9 to 5, but to believe in taking the step forward when you pray, when you have faith, and when you know that you're serious about investing, and I'm not even talking about money, investing energy into accomplishing your goals. Because I'm going to get mine. Are you going to get yours? I'm going to get mine. I'm going to stay on YouTube. I'm going to keep vlogging. You know why? Because y'all been showing me love. I ain't going to lie. Y'all been showing me love. Y'all are a loyal audience. YouTube is different from Instagram. And I'm going to still do Instagram. And I'm going to still do solar sales. And I'm going to still post content and still make digital products. You know why? Because I have integrity with myself. I need to know that I can accomplish my goals without having really to depend on someone else. Too many times we've been taught and raised to, when somebody's looking at you, it's time to do the work the way it's supposed to be done. Nah, what are you doing when the lights are off? What are you doing when the doors are closed? What are you doing when you're alone? What are you doing on your time where nobody's watching you? What are you doing when you clock off? Because if you want financial freedom, if you want to make a ton of money, if you want to make money online, it's going to take a sense. It's not even a sense. It's going to take you taking that step forward and you knowing that you can really accomplish anything. You just got to have the right mindset. That's the biggest thing, the mindset. Because everything works. You can be successful in a 9 to 5. You can be successful in business. You can be successful in entrepreneurship. You can be successful knocking doors and making sales. It just depends on your vehicle. But I know deep inside, it ain't for me. Like UPS, it's not for me. Respectfully, it's just not. And I needed something. I believe God was letting me know that, hey, this is your reality if you're not going to take things seriously. Because before I got UPS and I was in scarcity and fear, before I decided to go back to a 9 to 5, I was waking up like 10 o'clock in the morning because I was seeing content creators and other creators that were selling digital products. They were like, it's just a slow morning. Here's my elegant cup of coffee. I'm enjoying life. I get to have late morning wake ups. You got the pinky up. They in a robe and stuff. Nah, man, it ain't like that. I'm finna show y'all the real. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna show y'all the real, man. Because I'm like, why isn't my life like that? And guess what? My income decreased, but I'm coming back for everything. And you need to have that same energy. You need to come back for everything. Say it together. I don't care if you're in public, okay? I'm coming back for everything. I'm coming back for everything. You gotta have that mentality. You gotta wake up with that. And if you don't, Set a playlist. I'm going all over the place now, so I'm gonna end this video after I say this. Set a playlist that activates you. I got a playlist that's called Dreams, and it's full of positive songs. You know, some from different rappers or whatever, but them type of songs activate me. They activate me. They get me so hyped up. I'm like, man, there's no way I can't win. I'm gonna win today. I'm going to win today, and I don't care what it takes. Because 9 to 5 ain't for me. All right. If this video inspired you, if you felt motivation, if you've gotten like extra energy, yo, subscribe. Subscribe, because I can't fake this. I can't act like I'm perfect. I can't act like I'm you know, somebody that I'm not, man. I can't. And that's exactly why I get this $5 tripod selfie stick and this camera and record and show y'all the real, man. All right. Subscribe, comment down below any thoughts, any questions, and I'll see y'all on the next vlog. I'm out. Peace.